All right, so I'm recording today from my home office because of the corona craziness, but I wanted to share with you why text messaging is so key to your future success as a real estate agent, and it will help you capture those deals that are currently unknowingly passing you by. Okay, so let's start out with the ultimate punch to the gut. Who's ever had a friend, family member, or close acquaintance list or buy a property with another agent? It's honestly the worst, especially since it's so preventable. So why does it happen? Is it that they hate you and secretly don't want to tell you? Well, maybe, but that's a totally different conversation. More than likely, I'd argue that it has to do with your lack of regular contact. They just kind of forget. So let's talk about this. The National Association of Realtors, they put out a stat that said that 8% of the adult population is looking to buy or sell in the next 6 months. So if you want those deals, you better be contacting and staying in contact with as many people as you can. Yet the average agent, they only consistently really stay in contact with about 35 to 40 people on average. But after talking with agents, I'll often hear them say, man, if I could only close one more deal, or if I could only close one deal a month, I'd be happy. Now, the problem with that is that the numbers, they're not on your side. You're gonna have to stay in contact with way more people if you wanna hit your goals. Okay, so just going off of simple math, if you wanna close at least 12 deals this year, you're gonna need to at least stay in contact with 150 people. And that's if you capture all those deals. Realistically, you're gonna need to keep in contact with way more people. Now, the thing is, I bet you have 400 to 3,000 contacts in your phone. And many of you have significantly more than that. So why aren't you keeping in contact with those people? I'd argue that you're actually doing enough, marketing activities as an agent. You're just not delivering those marketing messages through the best vehicle. So let me explain. If I attempt to contact, a large list of my friends, family, and acquaintances, and I offer something relevant, something they're interested in, and I do it frequently, but they actually don't see it because of a poor delivery method, you're going to lose out on those deals. So let me explain what I mean by delivery. Right now, most realtors, they keep in contact or deliver their message through email, phone calls, maybe mailers, paid advertisements, and a lot of us are using social media. Now, you engaged in those delivery mediums because you hope it's enough to stay relevant and memorable so that you can capture those deals from your friends and potential clients. But these contact delivery methods have some flaws. For example, if you're emailing folks and you want to be more efficient with your time, you're probably using a service like MailChimp, maybe Constant Contact, ConvertKit, or something like that. Now, I think email is a good thing to do, but if you're honest with yourself and if you've been checking your open rates, you know that email isn't what it used to be. So if 30% of the people you send an email to actually open it, that's actually pretty incredible in today's environment. But what about those other 70%? So to illustrate, I'm going to public shame myself right now. So here's a screenshot on my phone. Now notice the amount of unread emails. So I'm sorry if this is causing some level of anxiety for you, but I know that I'm not alone in this. There are so many emails that are being sent every day that we've kind of become blind to them. Now, a lot of you might be picking up the phone and calling prospects. Now, I think phone conversations are great, and they're a great way to connect and strengthen relationships. But your biggest challenge is going to be timing and also just flat out time. So if you're calling during normal business hours, it's almost a miracle if someone actually picks up because they're working. And let's all hope and pray that we get over this virus soon so more people can get back to a more normal work life. And nighttime calls, they're just as tricky because folks are busy with hobbies, projects, and all their various family responsibilities. Besides the fact that phone calls just take time, honestly, the biggest variable is time. Some calls, they might be minutes, others might go on for an hour or more. You're just not going to have enough hours in the day if phone calling is a major strategy for finding your deals. Remember that when you're prospecting, you're looking for this kind of needle in a haystack. So while it's good to keep in contact with everyone, the hour-long prospecting call to a friend that ends up being a conversation where maybe you talk about the latest movie you watched, it's going to prevent you from talking to the person that's ready to make a real estate deal now. Now, there's always deals to uncover at any time and in any market, including this one. But discovering those deals is going to come down to timing. Now, you're going to need to stay in contact with way more than 150 people regularly if you want to be the agent that gets the consistent deals, especially right now with all this uncertainty. So what about texting? Text messaging is great, and I'm obviously a huge fan, but the message features on your phone right now, they have some limits. They lack this way of kind of texting at scale while still being personal. Okay, so you're either going to need to compile text messages one at a time, which is extremely time consuming, or you're going to need to, create some type of group text. But those are not ideal because most people, they really hate getting notifications every time someone responds. Seriously, I can't be the only one that kind of freaks out every time someone responds in a group text message my phone pings. And if you're annoying people with group text, they're going to end up turning off the notifications, which means they aren't likely to even see your message in the first place. So let's talk about mailers now. Mailers, they're a great way to generate cold leads and maybe identify opportunities, but way too many of these are getting thrown away without ever getting looked at. Seriously, when I check my mail, I usually just scan for bills and then I throw everything away without even looking at it. Besides the fact that just mailing, it's flat out expensive. And so a lot of agents have turned to social media to stay kind of top of mind with their friends and family. Now, I'm a huge fan of social media for business, but it also isn't what it used to be, kind of like email. It's really become a pay-for-play game. And so if you want to have your followers actually see your posts and your stories, you're going to have to pay the piper because the algorithm is throttling how many people are actually seeing your content. Now with Facebook, you're lucky if 10% of your friends actually see your posts. Instagram, it used to be amazing, but the algorithm has really throttled the amount of people that see those posts as well. So if you want to have eyeballs on those posts, you better be ready to pay for it. Okay, and it better be entertaining and amazing because you're competing with pictures of beautiful people and also cat videos. And that's some serious competition. Really, the bottom line is people are just way too distracted on social media right now. So now we know the issues. Luckily, we have the tissues. So what are we going to do about it? So let's get back to the phone that I shared earlier. You know the one where I showed you how I had tens of thousands of unread emails? Now I want you to notice one other thing on my phone. The amount of unread text messages, it's 0. Now, the reason it's 0 is because 90% of all text messages are read within 90 seconds of being received. And at 5 minutes, virtually all text messages are read. You just can't achieve that kind of open rate any other way right now. So if you really want to magnify what you're already doing, it needs to be delivered by text. So if you're creating a video, if you've just uploaded a new listing on the MLS or made a post on social media, just continue to publish it like you are. But what I'll tell you to do is extend what you're doing and drive more traffic to those pieces of content by texting your friends a link to those pieces of content as well. You don't need to recreate the wheel or do anything crazy. You just need to increase the amount of people that are actually seeing it. So for example, I have a good friend that's an agent in Boise, Idaho. And last summer, he created a fun kind of MTV style or MTV crib style video tour of this listing he had picked up in this really cool historical street in town. And it was a really awesome house. And so he published the video on Instagram. He also uploaded it to Facebook, YouTube, and he sent it out to his email list as well. Now with doing that, he got some eyeballs on the video, but I convinced him to send the video out to his contacts through text as well. And he was really, really happy that he did. So here's the text message that he sent out. He said, "Hey, I recently filmed a video of an amazing historical house off of Warm Springs Boulevard. It's completely remodeled and beautiful. I was always curious about what the inside of this particular house looked like. I thought you'd be interested as well. I hope you enjoy." So then he included this link to the video that he had made. Now, within an hour of sending this, he was flooded with text messages. And a lot of these people he hadn't even spoken to in months, if not years. Now, many of the contacts, they actually thanked him for thinking about him. They shared their thoughts on the house and even commented on his video, skills. So he was connecting and strengthening relationships with a ton of people, and it was really a short amount of time. But then he received unsolicited messages from people asking about their home values and just wanting to get together to chat maybe about a potential move. Now, one of these people in particular said that he wanted him to actually list his home. He said he loved the video and he wanted him to make a similar one for his house. Now, it didn't hurt that this house ended up being a $1.3 million listing. And besides that, he also ended up representing the same person on the purchase of his new home, which was a $2 million purchase. So that one single video that he texted out, it resulted in over $100,000 in commissions. Now, here's a broker that I know really well as well. His name's Brett Hughes. So he currently has over 200 agents within his brokerage, and he really gets after it as far as when it comes to recruiting. So he was already doing these kind of marketing activities, and his brokerage was successfully growing. But I approached him about trying, kind of out this text-based system, and this is what he had to say.
Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick video about the power of Flute. So I own a real estate brokerage in Boise, Idaho, and I was really excited about Flute because I've used other text platforms in the past, which are more just like broadcasts. But I was really excited about this because of the power to have the one-on-one conversations, which is the big piece. So I organized all my contacts. I put in a group for my agents. I put in a group for all of my recruits, which is about 350 people, agents that I've been trying to recruit for quite some time. And then I started sending him texts, okay? I invited him to things. I sent him articles. I sent him podcasts. And then they just had like a more of an appreciation for my personality. And what was amazing was that initially you get some of the people who don't want to be on your list quickly, right? But the people who do want to be on your list, it's pretty dang amazing because you're having 300 conversations at one time with people that you've been trying to get a hold of. And so for me, I feel like it basically helped my recruiting effort by, I don't even know, tenfold potentially. Like for instance, in February alone, I was able to bring on 24 agents, which is way higher than I'm normally bringing on. My brokerage is around 200, so that's like a 10% gain, where typically I bring on probably 5 to 6 new agents a month. So Flute is basically amazing. I feel like that it helps you magnify what you're doing. To have those conversations would have taken me weeks or even months, and you're having them immediately. So I would definitely check it out, and I would definitely utilize it. Thanks, guys.
Isn't that incredible? He was able to pick up 24 new agents within 3 weeks. The tool really helped him just magnify what he was already doing. The amount of touches he had with his entire recruiting list, it created this mass advantage over other brokers. The agents that were ready to make a move, they basically raised their hands and said, I'm ready. And this allowed him then to focus his efforts on those that were ready now. Now, in these recruits' minds, Brett, he really became omnipresent. They couldn't get him out of their minds. He was able to find the agents looking for a change and find them at scale because now he was staying in touch with so many people so frequently, which isn't possible with other communication methods. And what I'm really telling you is that as a realtor, you're probably doing enough as far as, you're creating interesting posts and you have this unique selling system and service, and those things are good enough. You're just not using the best delivery method to get your offer in front of enough people. And not only will you be able to magnify what you're already doing, will also help you do things like, ask for and obtain online reviews on sites like Zillow, Trulia, Yelp, and Google, or really any other site that's important to you, and really get you standing out from the pack. Now, you'll be able to create online surveys as well that can help with gathering agent feedback on your listings, gauging how your clients feel about your service, and even help with a lot of different lead generation tasks. We can easily supercharge, your lead generation by adding text-based calls to action to your marketing materials, social media posts, sign writers. This tool, it's extremely creative and fun, and it's really only limited by your imagination. And because I want you to succeed, would you be all right if I spent just a few extra minutes going over a special offer that I put together to help you implement this into your own business? If so, keep watching. If not, it's all good. So I want to give you an opportunity to truly connect with your friends and contacts and capture those deals that are currently passing you by. And in order to do that, I'm going to invite you to join the Flute Real Estate System. You see, I've created a complete system for you because many times tools are kind of like a Rubik's Cube. That toy that most of us received as kids, but hardly anyone actually solved. Most tools, they don't get used the way they're intended because the learning curve, it's just too steep. And frankly, we're just too busy to figure it out. So most people, they try out a tool just like they try a Rubik's Cube, but ultimately they end up frustrated and they throw it aside and never touch them again. And it's sad because nobody wants like software or a tool. They want the result. And most people aren't getting the result they're after when they try something new in the first place because they don't get the support they need. Now, I want this to be different, and I want to make sure that you succeed and get the results you're after. I want you getting those deals and not some other agent. So you'll not only get my text messaging software, but you're also going to get my system for making it sing. So this includes pre-built templates that are ready to go as soon as you open up your account. Like the exact text that I use to engage my contacts, the review requests that I asked for, the exact same questionnaires and listing surveys that I'm using right now, even digital cards that can be sent for special occasions like birthdays, holidays, and so much more. I want to make sure that there are absolutely zero reasons why you wouldn't join today. I want to make sure that you have everything that you'll need. So I'm going to completely set up your account for you. Myself or a member of my team will upload your logo, connect all your review sites properly, upload all of the contacts in your system, and then help you to categorize them in order to communicate with particular groups at scale. I'm going to help you with the technology so that you can engage your contacts faster and continue to strengthen those relationships. Because I want to eliminate any friction you might experience to give you the best shot at success. And I was thinking just how frustrating it can be to overcome the learning curve with any new tool or system. And so I thought the people that sign up today, they're going to need a little extra help in order to really hit the ground running. And so I'm also going to assign you a personal customer service rep. And they're going to connect you with the sphere of influence and lead generation templates that I kind of talked about earlier, which includes surveys, campaigns, which are basically keywords that automatically serve up information like CMAs, market reports, virtual tours, and a lot of other things. You'll also get the text messages that I use to engage my contacts in my phone, the digital images that can be sent for birthdays, holidays, and special occasions, plus a lot more. Now, your customer service rep's going to upload your logo. They're going to connect your review sites. They'll upload your contacts and also help you start to segment them. And you'll have a text number for this customer service rep that you can use to leave messages and ensure like a fast and responsive service. They'll also be available to do video training calls and answer questions. You'll also receive weekly advice and strategies with best practices on how you can engage, your contacts. You'll also have access to the video library that's organized by topic. So if you want to go ahead and make changes on your own or just learn more about the tool and resources that we offer to you, you're going to be empowered to do so. So let me ask you a question. If all the Flute real estate system did was bring you one more deal this year, how much would that be worth to you? Maybe, $9,000, $20,000, I don't know, more. If all it did was, finally give you direction and a system for keeping in contact with the friendly faces that you already know in your phone, would it be worth it? If all it did was eliminate the fear and the frustration that comes with inconsistent deal flow, would that be worth it? I absolutely think it would. Okay, so how much would you be willing to pay to get an extra 1, 5, 10, 15 deals this upcoming year? Maybe $5,000, $10,000, maybe even more. Now, I'm certainly not going to charge you that, although if I did, I could definitely justify it. But wouldn't even 2 extra deals be worth at least $5,000 to you? I can hear you right now. You're saying, Chad, this is great, but I'm just going to do it on my own. Now, sure, you can totally do that. You can spend hours to accomplish what my tool can do in seconds, or you can hire an entire team and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to develop something similar. Now, obviously, I'm being ridiculous, but seriously, if you even try to piece together the tools that I'm providing with this system, it could easily cost you $500 or more a month, at least, and you'd still have to figure out how to make them work together. But I want you to think about how having a system that can help you generate leads and listings, it isn't really a cost. It's actually an investment, and it's truly an investment in your future success. And of course, you always have 2 choices. You can do nothing and continue with what you're already doing, or you can pony up a small investment today compared to all the value that you're going to get in return, and you can just give it a shot. Seriously, what do you have to lose? And I have this philosophy that if I can't make you money, then I don't deserve yours. So if you sign up today and follow my system to a T and don't get results or just aren't happy with our service, let me know within 30 days of starting and I'll give you your money back. I'm just that confident that if you do what I tell you to do, you're going to see success. Now, I found in my life that anytime I'm faced with a decision, there's always 2 ways to do it. I can take the time and learn slowly on my own, or I can work with a trusted coach and accomplish the task faster. Now, when I'm committed, I always get done regardless. It's just a matter of how long it takes and how much frustration I'm able to endure. Now, we know that money replenishes, but time doesn't. So I'd love to partner with you in your success and save you the time. Let's avoid the frustration and get the results fast. So get started by going to getflute.com/real estate, or you can text SOLD to 650-651-4928, and I'll just automatically send you a sign-up link. So after you choose the plan that's right for you, you're going to receive an email that includes contact information of your personal customer service rep, and also a checklist of what we'll need to completely set up your account. Your 30-day money-back guarantee, it starts as soon as we have your account set up. And that means that you have the pre-built templates, your logo's been uploaded, the review sites are connected, your contacts have been uploaded, and you're starting to segment them. That way the clock starts with an account that's ready to go. So go ahead and create your account and we'll see you on the inside. And I want to thank you so much for being on this call. I truly want to partner with you in your success. So if you have any questions, please call or text me at this number. I really would love to connect and discuss any questions you might have. I want you to succeed with all the challenges that are currently going on. So if you have questions or would like to chat, please call or text 650-651-4928, or you can text the word tour to the same number, and you'll be able to experience a text-based guided tour of the software with examples of how you can utilize the service in your business. I'm really looking forward to working together. I really appreciate you watching the video, and cheers to your success.